So the time has passed pretty quickly. So 5 minutes or so to go. I do want to get your insight on consolidation of the brands and the positive. So from an owner's perspective, from your perspective, you know, Arnie says some very convincing things about the strength of the Marriott, the larger Marriott organization, negotiating with the OTAs, and Chris says the same thing, and Richard Solomon says the same thing, all very logical. So lots of positives from the brand or the chain organizations for the third-party operator. What are the challenges you're dealing with? What are the issues with, you know, lots of soft brands, Marriott with 30 brands? How is it impacting your business? And are you doing anything differently in the way that you talk to owners and what you're doing with owners?
So you've sort of already answered part of the question, Simon. I think the consolidation, and you may get very different opinions up here, but the consolidation on the branding side of our industry has been, I think in many ways terrific, because you do now have, well, let me back up. Our industry is highly fractured. Lots of different management companies, lots of different brands, lots of different owners, all with competing agendas, very little alignment necessarily. And so we've been easy targets for disruptors, we've been easy targets for interlopers, and to be able to now have someone like Marriott who is in lockstep with Hilton, not that they coordinate that process, because of course they're not allowed to, but because they both understand what needs to be done in terms of creating the right leverages and balance in the industry. And so to be able to now kind of take back some of the control of our inventory and the pricing, at the very least the pricing, and a lot of the commissions and so on and so forth, the ability of the AH&LA to consolidate a lot of our companies. Dave and I are very active in AH&LA, and if a quick note here, if you have a moment, get on the web and sign up for Hotels Act, and use that to engage with the AH&LA. They are doing extraordinary things to help us protect our industry. It's not an Aimbridge thing or a Crescent thing or a Benchmark thing or a Davidson thing. They're protecting our industry. So please sign up for that, and if you can, if you're so willing, donate, because that's the way that we can help them fuel a lot of different things, not just the ability to be politically active, but also a lot of the studies that the H&LEF do with Calibi Labs on distribution reports and studies, so on and so forth. There's some great things. So there's a lot of neat intellectual and branding consolidation that's happening that is good for our industry. The downside of that, of course, is that as you consolidate more and there's less competition, maybe there's less innovation. Maybe there's a little laziness going on. Maybe there are no stronger, people in the third position, or the fourth position, the fifth position that can push those people to be a little more innovative, because there's just such a void between the top two and everybody else. So that could be some.
So Dave, you get the last word. 30 seconds. Take us out. Consolidation good for our business, or has it gone as far as it should?
I think if I was sitting in a brand boardroom like you recently did, I think for the first time in my lifetime, the disruptors are an existential threat to the brands. Brand share is growing slower than the disruptors. It's a fact.
Right.
They need to stop it. They need to stop that, and it forces competition. So I think there's a big focus on that. How do I think they're going to focus on that? Scale. The bigger you are, the bigger your stick. So I think to that point, I'm with Michael. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one or two deals this year. And again, I think it's very healthy for our industry.
Good. Thank you. We're going to get the hook. Thank you very much for your candor. It was a great conversation. Thank you very much for joining us today. And we look forward to revisiting this topic, and a little more respect for the third-party operators. And between now and ALIS next year, we'll come up with a sexier term for your part of the business. Very good. Thank you, everybody.